I'd spent countless hours here, drawn to the solace and warmth that only a father's presence can provide. But this visit was different. So much had happened. Some I had planned on, even more that I couldn't. It has been warned that upon embarking on a path of revenge, one must dig 2 graves. After the past year, I can say with absolute certainty, that is a gross underestimation. The decision to come back to the beach house was not an easy one. Every touch unlocked a memory. But these ghosts from my past only fanned the fire of revenge within, a constant reminder of my purpose. I set up camp at the mouth of the lion's den, and I was ready.
I'll take it.
And with that, I began to take down the conspirators that betrayed my father and helped the Graysons push him into the crosshairs.
After a financially fatal move in the market today, Harmon Investments founder Bill Harmon was swarmed by a mob of angry investors outside of his office this evening.
He's ruined.
I came here tonight to announce that I will not be seeking re-election this fall.
How can I explain to my husband that I slept with his sister?
Oh, I am going to ruin you. No. 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 No.
Bad girl.
For Victoria and Conrad Grayson, the true authors of the atrocity, I vowed their destruction would be slow, painful, and irreversible.
Emily's renting my house for the summer. We met briefly on the beach. And then yesterday at the South Fork Inn. I hope your husband's feeling better.
You could have had anyone and you knew she was my closest friend.
I've just become the official new owner of the beach house.
That's great news.
And I won't lie, I did revel in it. Thank you so much for tea, Mrs. Grayson. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed this. The rest of my plan hinged on my courtship to Daniel, the heir to the ill-gotten Grayson throne.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
I'm Daniel.
Emily.
To chance meetings.
He'd provide full access to the evidence I needed to restore my father's good name. I'd done my research and prepared my play for the privileged party boy.
I'm weighed down by my father's expectations, my mother's disapproving eye, but mostly by the world's perception of what it means to be a Grayson. I don't want to be limited by all that for the rest of my life.
What I wasn't prepared for was Daniel himself. He was considerate and kind. A far cry from his parents, playing the part of his girlfriend was simultaneously easier and more difficult than I anticipated.
I'm falling in love with you too.
And even though my heart began to soften for Daniel, I still felt an undeniable draw to my first love.
Sorry, he's not normally this friendly. He's kind of an old grump, actually.
I feel like this feeling comes along once or twice in a lifetime if we're lucky. Tell me I'm alone in this and I won't bother you again.
As much as my heart wanted to say yes to Jack, my journey made that impossible. I had to keep my distance, not only for my sake, but for his. But an unforeseen friend from my past became an uncontrollable foe in my present, stirring up Jack's heart and my own.
Emily, this is Amanda, a very close old friend of mine.
As my relationship with Daniel progressed, his unfaltering love was disarming. Deciphering the truth of my own feelings became more and more difficult.
Emily Thorne, will you marry me?
Yes. When his life was threatened, the dread I felt was genuine. In this moment, I knew that my feelings for Daniel Grayson were true.
My father is the victim of a witch hunt. My father, who I stand behind as a son and beside as a partner in business, as I prepare for my role at Grayson Global.
I let my heart distract me and suffered the consequences. The time had come to act. I accumulated enough evidence to do severe damage to the Grayson name, and I was ready to pull the trigger.
You have to deliver Grayson's box of evidence to the feds.
Everything you need is in the bottom drawer of your desk, including instructions on how to get it to Agent McGowan. Got it? Then get going.
And after a year of silencing my heart, with exposure of the truth so imminent, true love took over.
Did you kiss him?
I'm sorry.
Bye, Emily.
But even the tightest knots find a way to unravel.
Amanda, I've missed you so much.
I couldn't catch my breath. Choosing revenge over true love was one I could never take back. I was on the precipice of success, ready to close this dark chapter and begin the life I was owed.
Here's to your dad.
To Dad. When fate stepped in and snatched it from my grasp.
Twin-engine jet exploded shortly after takeoff. One of the witnesses on that flight was Victoria Grayson, but there appear to be no survivors. Tragedy, of course, is no stranger to the Grayson family.
All of Conrad's evidence, everything that could have exonerated my father was on that plane.
This goes so far past the Graysons and so far past what they did to your father.
Your mother's alive.
In that instant, when everything I dedicated my life to was rapidly eroding around me, my world went quiet. And in the quiet, I found focus, a realization. I've only just begun. Let it play.